I'm a DC girl. You know what I'm saying? I love DC and whatever. That's why I
Mhm.
argue so much for them sometimes. Whatever.
Mhm.
Even me and Paula Marvel was talking about Batman movies that I will not name because I don't recognize them as being Batman movies. Okay, I refuse. Okay, and
I'm
whatever.
Yeah,
talking
because you was
about Batman and
confusing me
Robin.
earlier. I was like, wait a minute, how
Batman and
did you
Robin
not?
and Batman
I
Forever.
was
Like, how did
thinking
you not
Michael
find
Keaton.
Let's Kick Some Ice horrible? Like, come on.
I was thinking, my brain was thinking Michael Keaton because I done already got rid of George Clooney. Okay, I
Oh,
refuse. I
look,
refuse.
Joe
I done already got
Schumacher
rid
just
of George
decided he
Clooney.
was about to just like rip that whole series in half, man. He had to play
He
crazy shit,
he
man.
just alone decided to go back to 1966 with this. Just
no.
like,
The
bro.
thing is that the movie was actually Batman and Robin was based off of the 1960s Batman. That's why it's so campy.
Unfortunately.
That's why it's so bad. That's just
Crazy
that's why
thing,
it's so
the
bad.
crazy thing is that movie did financial
So,
numbers. It made money. It
Yeah,
because of
but
the
it was
star,
taken to a
because of the
different.
people that were in it. It made money off of
yeah.
sheer star
Oh yeah,
power.
that was pure star power. That
That
was
was
pure
That's
star
what you
power.
needed. It wasn't gonna do no numbers otherwise.
because because you had George Clooney, you had I can't even remember
Arnold
Chris O'Donnell,
Schwarzenegger, Uma
you
Thurman.
had Arnold Schwarzenegger, right, as
Yep,
Mr. Freeze. You
yep,
had what's her face as Poison Uma Thurman as Poison
Yep.
Ivy.
yep.
I felt like there was somebody else I'm missing.
Bane. It was
Uh,
Bane.
that was
Yeah.
it.
Yellow Bane.
I
He was
mean,
all yellow and yeah. Yep.
So I
Bane.
mean that money.
he did have like a greenish yellow tint for
Just
some reason.
neon colors. Like, what is this? Why is this muscles yellow? What's happening right now? What's happening?
Man, that movie
And then
had
Arnold Schwarzenegger comes through. He was like, "Okay, everyone, chill." I'm like, "Can I leave? Can I leave? Please, can I go?"
man. Look, I was at 12 years old. I was entertained by that film, but as I got older, watching it, I was like, "What?"
Listen, y'all not gonna talk about my Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liners. Okay, that shit was hot. That shit was
Dude,
hot.
it's literally like they told him to like, look, just use whatever one-liners you got left in this film. Just use them all. I'm like, bruh, like
He had them all up in there. Okay, listen, when he gave Batman the cure, he was like, "Take 2 of these and call me in the morning." I was like, "Yes."
couldn't even end the movie seriously at all. Just
I don't know who wrote that. I couldn't look up the writer. I'm like, this is embarrassing. I don't know if I can do this.
Movies. Y'all not gonna talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger in one-liners.
Hey, look, now we ain't mad at Arnold. We ain't mad at
No,
Arnold. Arnold picked up a check. We mad at Joel Schumacher. We mad at his behind. He ain't been a director.
he literally is the only person we're mad at. Everybody else was there and collected a check. I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming them.
Even George Clooney admitted that, like,
he is going on record and apologized for that. So
it was horrible. So like when you were talking about it, that's how come we had this slight disconnect because my brain went straight to Michael Keaton. I refuse to recognize that one. Okay, I went straight. I even skipped Val Kilmer. Even Val Kilmer's looking at it. Val Kilmer's in comparison to Clooney's actually wasn't all that bad. And that's
no, he wasn't.
I didn't think Val Kilmer was bad at all. Like to me, it's like, look, even though Batman Forever was going in the direction that Batman and Robin went, I still think it was a pretty decent movie.
Yeah.
Partly because Tim Burton was still kind of attached to it. So like I'm sure they had something to do with it because by the time Batman and Robin came along, that was all Schumacher. That was all him. So it's like, but the crazy thing is it's like looking back on the Michael Keaton films, and it's like, of course, the first one is the GOAT, like off tops. Mm-hmm. Like there's no disputing that.
Yep.
Now I look back at Batman Returns, and it's like it's kind of really hard to look back on that movie fondly. Not saying it was a bad movie. I'm not saying that Returns is a bad movie. It's just maybe it's because the movie became too Tim Burton, if that makes sense. Because it's like the first movie just had like, okay, it was Batman. It had some of the quirkiness in it, but it had like the right level of it to where it's like, I can see this as a Batman film.
Yep.
Now with Batman Returns, that's where it was just like just so Burton. Like it was like this was Edward Scissorhands Tim Burton in return.
I get you, but look, I hear
It
you.
is.
I can look back on it fondly because of Miss Pfeiffer.
No, that's fine. Not that's fine. It's like I said, I'm not saying the movie was bad. It's just like
it's cool. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like just Tim Burton just kind of has like this style that like with certain movies, it kind of sort of like gets under your skin in like a weird way.
Right. No, it does.
Like kind of like Sweeney Todd did. Like Sweeney Todd was like one of those movies that was like. Now, granted, I know like it's a really off-putting story in general, but it's just like with the little things that it was just like so weird, like the whole penguin thing, like his whole. It's just like okay, apparently he was they didn't use the word, but I guess he was a meta when he was born, and they basically dumped this kid in the sewer, like at the beginning of the film. How did he get, for one, how did he survive? And two, where did the entourage come from? Like, I'm just saying, how did he get a whole sewer entourage?
You get raised by penguins, okay? The same
in a
way.
Sewer?
Listen, if Catwoman can be brought back to life by cats performing a seance around her body.
But penguins are Arctic animals. What are they doing in the metropolis city?
They were at the zoo. They had the metropolis zoo. They were. Listen, you gonna stop talking about I know that much. You're not doing that on Black History.
Look, I'm not saying I can't enjoy the movie when I watch it. It's just certain things I look back on, it just doesn't make sense.
Listen, you're gonna stop. You're gonna stop. It's the 90s. It was the 90s.
It was. I was fascinated about the film myself. I was.
Listen, we all were fascinated with the film. There's nothing wrong with being fascinated with the film. It's just it's just
one of my all-time.
It's just me looking back on it with my current brain. Like that's what it is.
Turn your brain off. Not everything has to make sense. Follow my.
I mean, any other time, folks want stuff with Batman that makes sense. Any other time,
I'm not one of them because Batman does do a lot. You be like, how? But okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay, but yeah, I mean, we have talked about a lot. Shoot, we didn't just the three of us. We didn't hit the 2-hour mark like already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
really quick before we go. Did you guys see the new trailer for Coming to America?
Yes.
Did you see it today, Tiffany?
No.
So I have to admit I haven't watched the new trailer because my brain's trying to get over the first trailer I saw.
The teaser.
I might have to watch it, and then when we do our podcast next week, but okay. So let me do this so I can tell you what I know from the first trailer I saw. Right?
Okay, we'll just talk about the first one from what you know.
Okay, because I haven't seen the most recent one. I do know another one came out because I have to admit, and obviously we all here know Coming to America. The whole world knows Coming to America. It is a classic Black movie film with an all Black cast, Black leads, and the premise was even interesting and unique, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a classic. We all know Coming to America, I believe, came out in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
87.
And it is legit like up there in like movie history. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a classic movie forever. You know what I'm saying? And whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So when the one trailer came out for that is now talking about the sequel or whatever, I'm Confucius. That's right. I said Confucius instead of confused. I'm Confucius because apparently Akeem has a whole goddamn son with some lady that's not his wife. When did that happen?
Okay. So with you at least getting that synopsis, they address that in this trailer. They do.
Is the son like one of his when he was out there sowing his royal oats before he wanted to find a wife? Is that where the kid came from?
Basically. So like apparently this occurred before he met Lisa. See, and already I don't like it. No. Don't do that. Don't do that now.
I'm gonna because why does he have to have an outside child at all? Why?
I mean, we gotta wait to see how that story plays out because we don't know like if it's legit or not.
You gotta have some reason to come back to America. I mean,
but why couldn't he just be like? Why couldn't he just be him and Lisa's kid trying to come up on his own? Like, why does he have to be an outside kid? You know what I'm saying? So it lightweight. And again,
did his father? I mean, granted, Akeem is still his father's son. Didn't his father like not admit to having sex with his Bathis?
Wait, what? What did you say?
Do you not remember the beginning when he said that?
I remember that his king was talking about having relations, and I get it because it's
like he's still his father's son. I'm sure, like at some point or whatever, he was still doing some things.
He's not Lisa's son. He's not him and Lisa's son.
No. I'm talking specifically about Akeem as far as like how it all came about. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, but my thing is, and again, I'm about to sound like a goddamn hotep, and I don't mean to. Okay, I'm not a hotep.
Put it out there. Put it out there.
I'm about to sound like one because. So here we are with a royal family, okay, a royal black family, which again we do not see this kind of thing. Even now, you don't.
Exactly, and I said too. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I said in one of my videos too how like Coming to America and Black Panther are only like two Hollywood films that actually show black people as kings and queens.
Yes,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like at this level of like film, we've only had like two big Hollywood films that show us as kings.
And let's keep in perspective. I mean, they're not like we're not talking like showing slaves or anything like that. Like they're all prominent. Royalty, they're all intelligent, they're all amazing, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. And what's the storyline? Akeem got a kid out before he met, so now he's got a kid outside of his wife, who, yes, I understand that it probably happened when he was having a relationship with whoever, but now we have like a typical, again, it's kind of like an outside kid, you know what I'm saying? It's still Akeem's kid, but it's not Lisa's. So here we are having a child outside of the union. Like, why did Akeem have to be the one to do that? Like, why does the prince have to have?
Who else would have it been? I mean,
it could have been Semi's character. It could have been. I mean, it could have been anybody except the royal king, who's now the king of Zamunda. Now he's got an outside kid, and it's like, what? Like her? Like it's one of those storylines where I'm like, why couldn't he have just been Akeem and Lisa's son? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did he have to be the kid of whoever this woman
Wouldn't that kind of make it worse if he was their son and they left him behind? Wouldn't that kind of make it worse?
Yeah,
that's like some Killmonger shit right there.
Outside the marriage, and it kind of makes it a stereotypical situation, I guess, is my thing. And then this is gonna sound bad. I really do support black people. So I'm sorry, because this is about to sound bad. And then Leslie Jones is mother.
Leslie Jones is his mother? Wait, I know I saw her in the trailer. Did I miss it? That was his mother?
She's the mother of the son.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you know what? I'm going to say this too. Also. And this is one of the reasons why it's like, I don't necessarily get too caught up in like, especially a comedy. I don't get too caught up in like the story behind it. Because a comedy is basically kind of just a space for black comedians to kind of show their comedic prowess. You know what I mean? It's just a space for them to be comedians. So from what I've kind of seen and like stepping back and really appreciating like black comedians and stuff like that, whatever, it's like the story itself is meant to be silly and funny. It's meant to be, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like, you know, kind of outlandish. It's like, oh, the king's got a son. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm intrigued. Like, what's happening now? And now we have it may be the typical story, but it's not the typical story. You know what I mean? Like someone not
typical stereotypical story.
Yeah, that like a black like an illegitimate child.
Yes.
I mean, granted, we still kind of get that in like white royalty families stories too. So it's not like it's mutually exclusive.
I guess in a world where at a time where people And I'm in this situation, I'm not people, but at a time where people are looking for more depictions, more positive depictions of Black representation in film and movies, and we already know we've seen there are, and we used to have it like back in the 90s and 80s, maybe even the 70s, but even now, trying to have more shows where you have more Black couple leads, not where you have the Black guy with a white girl or the Black girl with, like we have more Black couple, you know what I'm saying, in love. So you don't have like I was a little upset at, and this is not, I mean, because it's the BBC, because whatever, but I was a little upset like when I was watching Luther. I still have to watch the last one, but when I was watching Luther,
I haven't seen it last season, just let you know.
I'm not talking about the last season, so I haven't seen it, so you're okay. But like the one season where we finally, get another like a Black woman on his team, right? She's a cop and whatever, and what happens? She ends up betraying my man. You know what I'm saying? Like there's trust issues. You know what I'm saying? And then who does he get with? The white serial killer, or not? Who does he get with? I'm sorry, not who does he get with. But who does he have a affection for? The white serial killer.
He's like trying to save her. He's like
betrayed him on his own team. I mean, it's stuff like that. I mean, and you're right, Pascal, in the fact that I think because we sometimes get in these discussions like on social media, with our people and whatever, my brain, I used to have that brain where I kind of just took stuff at face value, and whatever. But now it's kind of made me look at things like, so now I'm putting a stereotypical spin that I probably should not be putting on it. And I can own that. That's a fair assessment. But my head will just think like, why did he have to be the outside kid?
Just put it this way. Just real quick. Just put it this way. At least it's not Baby Boy. I'm just putting that out there. At least it's not Baby Boy. That's a movie that did not age well in hindsight at all.
I didn't go back and revisit the film. I didn't even.
Well, it's hilarious now when you watch it, but like it's a movie. It's like
that's fact.
Just gonna touch on that just really quick. It's like Baby Boy is a movie that didn't that in hindsight, and rest in peace to John Singleton. It's a movie that really seems like it didn't know whether it wanted to be a comedy or a drama.
Yeah.
And it's just something that just overall just doesn't hold up, and it pretty much doesn't. It, if ever, shows any type of positive reinforcement to Black images at all.
Not at all.
So it's just like that's why I'm just like, look, in the frame of things that what they're doing with this film, I could watch it and still enjoy it for what it is because of the fact that like, okay, it's continuing the story after 30 years, and I'm sure that I think I know I'm going to enjoy it just on the simple fact that this, instead of it's feeling like a typical sequel, this feels like a passion project that they wanted to do. Right. So it's like, and they're just having like, they're just going to just have fun with it because it's like, you could tell, like, even when you see like the little parts with Wesley Snipes, you could tell he's having a blast in this. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
and I don't know if anybody knows, but I saw the interview so there was like a little round table of like Wesley Snipes and Eddie Murphy and Arsenio and all of that. And Wesley Snipes had admitted how he had auditioned for the first Coming to America movie. Really? And he was sad that he didn't get the part.
Oh, redemption. He gets to be redeemed. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a real thing, and that's what I'm saying. Like the film isn't contingent just on the story itself, and like that's it. That's not the only thing that gives the film merit. You know what I mean? The fact that we get a film that brings together all of these like historical Black actors that we've seen all these decades, they come together in one movie. We get to see, the you know what I'm saying, like comedians play off of each other and things like that. Like that's the reason for the film. Like the base story. Like he got a kid that's illegitimate, out of wedlock, whatever. Like, I mean, that's valid. Your concern, your statement, your viewpoint, all that is valid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I completely understand too. But it's like once I walk away from the movie, you're gonna enjoy the other things. Like basically seeing Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall reprise those roles as those old men in the barbershop. I mean, that's the thing that will happen in the second, Coming to America. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we look forward to seeing those roles reprised. You know what I'm saying? That's something that still gives the film merit. You know what I mean? And even like you said, like Wesley Snipes, we seeing Wesley Snipes act again. That's cool. I mean, Expendables, I was kind of like, and whatever.
Yeah, and don't forget, My Name is Dolomite. My Name is Dolomite was actually surprisingly good.
I actually didn't see that.
Like
I didn't see that.
Please watch it. It's funny because it's like, if you know the Dolomite movies, you know how bad they are. You know how the blaxploitation, all that, whatever. But it's interesting watching the movie because it gives those films context, and it's like, okay, now I kind of get the nuance now, and it's funny because it's like, because Wesley Snipes was in that movie too, so it's like a lot of people that was in that movie too. I think Keegan-Michael Key was in it, quite a few other when it was whatever too. So it's like, dude, it's a breath of fresh air to kind of see it kind of sort of coming full circle again. So it's like, I'm looking forward to see it again when it comes out next month. And
I mean, just for the record, I haven't decided. I didn't say I wasn't going to watch it.
Oh, no. I didn't say that. I wasn't saying that.
Oh yeah, like I didn't say I wasn't going to watch the Coming to the sequel and whatever. I don't know, like the excitement. When I heard when I got a little bit of the premise, kind of a lot of the initial excitement that I had kind of dwindled just a little bit, because I was again, it has a little bit of a stereotypical kind of a stereotypical storyline to it, in part, because obviously that's not the whole one. You know what I'm saying? The movie is out there. There's probably other things that happen and whatnot, but it was that part of it. I was just like, it made me do that. It made me do like an irritated like sigh. But but I do understand, you know what I'm saying, and I recognize like what both of you were saying about the movie, and I recognize all of that about the movie. So more than likely, I will still watch it. I just have to turn off that stereotypical part that is in it, I guess.
Yeah,
and I
just watch the second trailer, like I said.
I'll watch the second trailer, and then when we come back next week, I'll be able to talk about it more, and maybe hopefully I'll have a different feeling about it once I watch the second trailer. Yeah. So
hey, that's fair.
Yeah, because that was just my thing. Because I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I saw it, I had a face like, really.
Yeah, no. When I heard the storyline myself, I kind of did the same thing. I was like,
same.
Anything else? Like
exactly.
Okay. And but
I felt like that too. I felt like that too, and then I saw the second trailer, and it kind of brought me back.
Okay, because that was where my mind was, Cassio. I was like, they couldn't come up with
anything else.
Like they couldn't come up with something else.
Any other story.
Right, exactly. So that's kind of what happened when I watched that first trailer. So I lost some of my excitement because of that. So I'll watch the second trailer, and I'll let you guys know what I think about it next week or whatever.
I mean, there's nothing saying that this movie actually won't be a bad movie, because it might be trash. It might be trash. I mean, to just be honest about it. I mean, let's just be real. All because it's Eddie Murphy doesn't mean he does comic gold every single time he graces the stage. But I mean, the movie could be bad, but I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. There's a historical weight behind the franchise itself. There is a weight behind it, and I mean, and Eddie Murphy is completely aware of that. But to see him really just take his best foot forward and say, I'm gonna make this film. I'm gonna basically open a door for the future comedians also. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's also a thing, is like having platforms for new Black comedians to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a thing, and that's one thing I can give a kudos and a thumbs up to Eddie Murphy for doing. You know what I mean? And even like other comedians down the line, they always open the door for the new comedians to come in. And I think Coming to America 2 is Eddie Murphy's way of doing that. And also is I did see the new trailer, but I think I was so distracted by I was distracted by something. Like I said what, but I was distracted by something, and I was kind of, like, it was something I wasn't too cool with, but whatever. But
okay,
yeah, but aside from that, when you look at like the impact culturally, that even today I mentioned Soul Glow. You said you had if you you know what I'm talking about. I mean, anybody that's saying Coming to America know what it is, and it's funny,
Exactly.
because it's a part of like Black culture. Like everyone has seen the movie basically.
Exactly.
Not everyone,
right.
I'm trying to say. And like to have that sequel to be like, yo, we're doing this, we're pushing forward, we're gonna make a sequel. Come on, new comedians, come on, like Leslie Jones, like let's do it. You know what I mean? And I just want to see these people work. I want to see their work, and I'm here to support, to support. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they're like, doing, like creating things with other Black creatives, to see whatever they come up with. I find that like good for Black nerd culture.
Yeah. So like I said, I just
definitely.
have to turn that seeing that stereotypical storyline, I have to turn that part off because I'm not gonna lie, lightweight bothers me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to turn that off a little bit. I'll watch the new trailer. I'll try to turn that part of my brain off and kind of enjoy the film. You know what I'm saying, for what it is. So,
but you don't have to enjoy the film. You could be like, you know what, I don't like it.
Well, I mean, I'm not enjoying. I meant watch the film. Watch the film for what it is and give it a shot.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
definitely don't want to like guilt trip you, and what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Like, no, please keep however you feel about the film. Keep that. You know what I'm saying. You don't have to turn nothing off. Like that's how you feel. That's how you feel. And I'm not coming down on how you feel. I'm just like, explaining my take on it. But I completely respect where you're coming from because I know where you're coming from. I know why you're saying what you're saying. It's almost as if like we're seeing like a story that makes the prince look what I'm saying. It takes away from his character. It takes away from his. You know what I'm saying? Like his likability.
Right. Like who he was set up to be in the first movie. Yeah, and again, like we talked about, James Earl Jones and his, classic line back then. Like, and I understand how monarchies work. You know what I'm saying? And especially him being a prince, he was unmarried. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. I totally get that. I just, I don't know. I gotta turn it off because I'm talking about
cool. Like, it's totally cool.
Speaking of princes.
Oh my God! He's so cute.
And big, he's walking now.
He is. He's so cute. Oh my God! Look at that baby,
man.
You know what? He's about the size of Kevin Hart.
Oh no!
Listen, we're gonna talk
0.6 inches, I guess.
I'm in this doggone thing. He get me too.
The fact that Kevin Hart got casted as Roland, the leader of the Crimson Raiders in the Borderlands movie. We're going to talk about that because I have a problem.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Do you know who Roland is?
No.
Okay.
I'm fairly familiar. I'm not like that deep in the Borderlands like that, so I have to research a little bit.
We'll talk about that next time because it's late. I'm gonna make sure I send you guys visual representation of Roland. Okay, so my irritation when we talk about it next week.
I know.
Black History Month podcast talking about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the fantastic. Okay, so little man is up. So obviously we're gonna go ahead and end it because we've been talking
we gotta adjust the drip.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. He want to do his spiel. He won his 20 minutes. All right.
Exactly. So we talked about Kamala Harris getting elected to VP. And we talked about Black movies. We talked about video games. We talked about society as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about what he wants to talk about.
So we're gonna have more. We're gonna have more for y'all as a podcast, coming on. Like I said, we're gonna have a podcast each week, and we are hoping that everyone, including him, tunes in to our podcast every week. Yes, we are. He is so cute. He don't feel bad when I say this, but he must have this. That's a lot of his mama in that stage. I'm not saying you unattractive mama. I'm just saying that's a lot of his mama.
I would be the first to say that he definitely takes after his mom. So ain't nothing wrong with that. That's fine.
So really fast, Paula Marvel, do your wrap up really quick on things we talked about today. Like only make it like a minute or two. So
oh, for sure. So yeah, exactly. Yep. You know, you gotta wait. We gotta wait and see what we get with the Biden administration. Hopefully, it's more positives than negatives.
Yep.
We got 4 years to find out. So let's see what happens. As far as the gaming tip goes, it's like you heard of his first, pretty much me and Tiff is pretty much maybe keeping our eyes out for Series X's whenever they come available. And I remember reading saying they might still be hard to get up until about June. So, but we kind of have to just keep our eyes out in the meantime, see if we can score one. Who knows? As far as just everything else, I mean, we can only hope COVID gets better because 2020 has been a rough year for everybody involved. So nobody came out of 2020 unscathed. So all we can do is hope. Looking forward to my Marvel and my Star Wars stuff. Not looking forward to the Snyder Cut, but for those that are, hey, for those that are not a part of this weird fan base of Snyders that just make things weird. Hey, I hope you do enjoy it. For everybody else, y'all need to chill out. So, I'm looking forward to Coming to America, the sequel. So, it's a classic. So, I mean, speaking of which, I wound up getting this the other day. I did not intend to get it, but I'm a sucker for steel books. So,
nice. Cassio, your final thought?
Before I get to my final thought, we ain't even address the drip. You know what I'm talking about? We gotta address the drip. You know what I'm talking about?
The baby drip?
No, I'm talking about the Fallen Marvel got the whole Black Panther hat.
Oh.
This Black History Month, and we ain't even, we ain't even acknowledge the King of Wakanda. You know what I'm talking about? The King of Wakanda has bestowed his presence upon us.
I have to admit, I did not pay. I was so mesmerized by the Gandalf. I didn't even
okay.
Oh,
I couldn't miss it, man. The King of Wakanda. I couldn't miss it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy. Yeah, Disney. Never mind.
Disney's the empire.
I was gonna say they love African, like kings and stuff, like the Lion Kings, the African king story. The whole they love that stuff. They make bank off of that. Every time they put an African story out there, they make money. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying they know what's up.
That's true.
But anyway, I had it with my print shirt today. This is the only shirt that had a black person upon it. I had it with a print shirt.
Oh, that's dope.
Nice.
I actually got this. I got this at a Prince concert. This was done in Baltimore. This was after Freddie Gray was unfortunately he unfortunately passed away. And Prince did a concert in Baltimore. I went to the concert and boom, got the shirt. So yeah, that's the only black person's face that I had on a shirt. So I put it on. I was like, I'm going to represent Prince today. Black History Month. You know what I'm talking about? Right now, I gotta either buy something for next week or find something. But yeah, no, sorry. But the drip is cool. I'm looking forward to the Snyder Cut. I just want to see it. I just want to see what he does.
That's all it is. That's all there is to it.
I just want to see what he does. I just want to see it. Like all the hype, all the waiting, all the money, all of the budgeting, all the everything. I want to see the product that comes from all that commotion. I want to see it. You know what I mean? Truth is that it might be horrible. I stand firm. Every film could be just bad, all right? Let me not sit there and be like, oh, it's gonna be good. Just you watch. Let's talk about this. People putting them little memes up, talking about some y'all say that Endgame is the best movie. Wait until this comes out. I said, shut up. Like y'all know good and well Marvel was gonna bust DC whole asshole. Y'all knew that. You knew good and well it was gonna get blown out of the water. We knew that. You know what I'm saying? It was just not even a question. Whether one is better than the other is not the debate here. Is which is going to make more money. We know that was the MCU.
Right.
There's no question. We already knew that. The actual validity and the actual quality of the films or whatever may not so much have that much. Well, I guess they kind of do. But anyway, I'm being long-winded. I'm sorry. basically, I'm ready to see what Snyder does with the Snyder Cut. I just want to see this thing come out, man. You know, I'm excited to see Carnage this year if they actually release it instead of always pushing back all these films because of COVID. I want to see the sequel to Venom, and I want to see Carnage. You know what I mean? I've only made it to episode 2 of WandaVision, so I haven't got to the aha moment episode yet.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for I'm waiting to build, I guess, more interest in moving forward because I already know it's going to be a time commitment, and if I just had the time to, I maybe watch it, but I don't know. At any rate, my bad. I'm so sorry. I took too much time. I am happy overall that you know what? Fuck it.
There we go.
Kamala Harris is my vice president. Madam Vice President, Kamala Harris. I don't care.
We did it on my time. We did it on
Okay, look. I don't care what you. I don't even care. We did it. I don't care. If podcast too long. We did it. I had to dance one last time.
Listen, you can dance every podcast this month. Okay, get a new song for next week and be prepared. Be prepared. On next week, be prepared. So. I'll just do my quick one. Yes, I agree with both of you. I'm definitely looking forward to the Biden administration. We didn't mention this before, but I need that student loan dismissal. Listen, I will take 10,000. You ain't gotta dismiss like 50,000, whatever. I'll take the 10,000. Just something. Give me something because the stuff is ridiculous. Okay. We lost obviously a lot of legends and things, but like recently, you know, we lost Hank Aaron, baseball legend. We lost the amazing and wonderful Cicely Tyson, you know, and everything. So we send love, you know, to their family and friends. I agree about everybody being touched with COVID. I'm sick of COVID. Like I'm sick of COVID. I'm sick of the way our society has become because of COVID. I'm just sick of it. Like I'm an introvert. I never thought I would miss being around people in some capacity. I miss going to the movies. I miss going to, you know, out, you know, concerts and things like that. I miss going to fairs, amusement parks, and I miss all of it. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope we can get it more under control and things like that. Black people, historically, we do have distrust of experimental medicines and stuff, but we got to take the shot. Like we should be taking the shot. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't have the lines for COVID testing and going into the hospital where Black people are lining up in droves, but yet to get the vaccine, you see like a sprinkle of Black folks. So do your research, do your own research. Stop looking at YouTube for medical and actually any kind of validity. Do your own actual research. You know, the vaccine. We got to talk about Black people on YouTube, okay? I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. That's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole nother rant. But I just need us to understand what went into getting the vaccine, and not everything is the government trying to kill us off. You know? I mean, not saying that may not have been historically what may have happened before in the experimental trials and all of that, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? We can't be lined up for having, you know, more cases of COVID, but not being lined up to take the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have to at some point get over there. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot. So I'm not telling you know, if you obviously have proclivities, I'm not forcing you to take it, but just I'm asking that you do your own research and educate yourself. You know what I'm saying, and make up your own mind about the vaccine or not. The Snyder Cut. I'm gonna let Cassio convince me because I don't want to see 4 hours of Ezra's face. Okay, so I'm
gonna watch
that man.
I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna let you know if you should even waste your time.
I hate it. I hate it. I don't like.
I will be depending on that too because I don't plan on seeing it whether good or bad. Just give me the quick notes.
If I gotta see his terrible ass running for 4 hours.
That was bad. I don't even know. Like, what are you doing? What are you stepping over? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you running like this? It can't be aerodynamically. No way that this is the fastest way you can run.
We saw that in the trailer, so that means they didn't change how he ran.
I am not convinced.
So there was mine. I just want everybody to, just be safe. Use good judgment. Still be safe. Try to just have little moments and enjoy life where you can, while we all kind of still lightweight trapped in the house, and just love each other more. And again, with new administration, we got actually educated people taking some of these higher offices, and things like that. So hopefully that can make our lives better up at the top, trickle down and make our lives better, and just being better to each other. So that's just my hope. So we are going to end this podcast because just with the three of us, we got 2.5 hours. Okay. Just stuff. We got more to talk about next week.
Man.
So again, we want to thank everybody for tuning into our podcast, continuing to support us. Follow Marvel really fast. Where can they catch your podcast and how can they keep up with you?
Yes, you guys can find me on YouTube, Facebook. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get some streaming done on my Twitch, but you can also find me there. You can find me on Twitter. Pretty much everything is at the Fallen Marvel, as you can see right.
Exactly.
Yeah, right there. Right there. So yeah, just spell that out. You'll be able to find me on those platforms. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. You're helping brother out. Just every little bit helps. I appreciate it all. So you can also catch me on Culture Junkies Live every Wednesday night. So you guys can follow us on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. Obviously we just made affiliate over there, so you probably have, if y'all want to catch us live, you got to go to Twitch. So but yeah, guys, that's where you can find me, and just follow my advice. Until next time, keep go nerd, but nerd responsibly.
Cassio, where can they find you? Where can they find you, Cassio?
In
that silhouette challenge.
I'm gonna get back to you about that one. I'm gonna have to do some logistics first. I'm gonna have to let you know how that turns out. I'm gonna get back to that one. But Cassio Logic, basically anywhere, YouTube, Instagram. Actually changed up my Instagram, but Cassio Logic on YouTube is more so where you're gonna be able to find me in my content. Like, I will be putting more videos out. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm not completely and totally submerged in, you know what I mean? Like, this feeling that, I don't know, like someone's going to bring upon Armageddon or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now that some of my fears have now been, you know what I'm saying, cool, I will be posting up more videos and making more content and putting things out there. I'm on Cassio Logic on the YouTube, on YouTube, and other platforms will be coming later on, So, yeah.
Nice. And then obviously I am Medusa Maybe. You can find me on Instagram, Medusa Maybe 81. I have to admit, as much as I game, I do not stream, and I do not know why. So I actually applied to be an affiliate with Facebook, as Facebook's trying to get their gaming kind of off the ground and kind of have more of a gaming presence. I applied to kind of be a partner with them, so I'm just waiting to hear back. But I may start streaming, because I do game a lot, and I share my video clips on my Instagram. I share it on my Facebook and all of that. But I have to admit, I'm not on Twitch or anything. So that might be something I try to change, because I do game a lot and I talk about games a lot. So I may change that. So you guys might see me sooner or later on like a Twitch channel or something like that. And my OnlyFans ain't work out because I ain't giving no attention. So sorry, y'all not gonna catch me on OnlyFans. Y'all not gonna catch my OnlyFans, and whatever. Kids don't listen to this part of the podcast, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you can always catch on Facebook. I'm everywhere in Planet EJLBN, Corey Hime's Palace, and My Journey. And I'm going to use Fallen Marvel's sign off because I like it and I have to have one, so I'm about to steal it. So with that, exactly. At least I put you on notice that I was going to steal it. Okay, I'm just
all right. I
didn't
appreciate that at least.
I'm giving you credit. You know what I'm saying? And
man.
So with that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go ahead and sign off of this podcast. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And in the words of Fallen Marvel, please nerd, but nerd responsible. So we will catch all of you next week.